Hello, my name is Sherryl Henderson. I'm a graduate student here in the Department of Biological Sciences at the University of Missouri. So my interest in science was cultivated in a couple of different ways. So first I had science teachers that were very passionate about what they were teaching. Second, I would work alongside Bill Nye the Science Guy doing experiments in an after-school program. But most importantly, I would go to work with my mother, who was a nurse that worked in a memory ward. And as a child, I would ask the doctors several questions about the illnesses, like Alzheimer's and dementia, and they would have no answer for me. But they would always say, maybe one day you'll be the one to answer these questions. So I knew I wanted to become a scientist pretty early on, which was when I was 8 years old. Going to work with my mom really solidified the fact because it gave me a foundation for an interest in the biology of the brain and the nervous system. In multiple sclerosis, messages from the brain to target organs are interrupted through injury to the spinal cord. And this in turn alters the function of the organs. So the big question that my research asks is, how do neurons change in a state of injury? And can these changes be reversed in a way that restores organ function? To answer the question of how neurons change in disease, I measure the function of the target organ or the neuron's target organ, and also measure the function of the neurons themselves in both diseased and healthy animals, and then I compare the two groups. In my typical day, I harvest neurons and I put them in a dish. I then put them under a microscope where I'm able to impale them with an electrode and either record or stimulate their electrical signals. I also spend a fair amount of time behind a computer analyzing these traces or the properties of these neurons and conversing with my colleagues about the outcomes of my experiments. I love science because it's a passion for me. I'm able to reach into the unknown and pull out new information that can potentially help a lot of people. If a young person told me or asked me to show them science, I would say, you're living it. I mean, it's how your eyes are able to convert light into an image. It's at its core how you and your environment are able to interact. Well, in my free time, I like to hang out with friends, maybe grab some tacos, watch TV, knit, crochet, read, or play with my pets. I'm a woman of color with ADHD, and I'm also a scientist.